between Mike Campbell, our youth pastor, and me. So, we're a playful bunch. We love to do ridiculous stuff like that. And we had some really good pranks going. My favorite, Bobby, do you remember this? So we're at the church. Shara is pregnant, mind you. I have to add that in there.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. So their minivan, we let all of the air out of the tires and left a hand pump and said, "Have fun airing up your tires." So
let's add that we did not know that she was with him.
I mean,
we have to say that, or we will sound like a complete dick.
I mean, really, can we say we didn't know? Can we really say that?
I can, because I thought she was at home because she had Cade already. Okay, right?
That's fair. That's fair. She may not have been there
at the church.
She was definitely there, and so she did not handle it well. It was rough. So, Cher, if you ever happen to listen to this again, I'm truly sorry that we were idiots as teenagers and tormented you. But
oh man,
it was so fun.
All bad.
Mike. Okay, so we did this to Mike, right? So Mike, man, he is ready to retaliate. Okay, and he's got a good one. All right. So Mike decides he's going to put stink bait underneath the handle of my car and underneath the front seat of my car, right? So you reach under the handle, you get it on your hand. Oh, that's gross. Then you wash it off. Then you're driving. You still can't get rid of the smell, and you can't figure out why. Or there's a cup of it underneath the seat. Like, he's brilliant, right? This man plays chess, okay? But what he didn't know is he has the worst timing ever. And my dad and I swapped vehicles that day. But here's why this is significant. My dad and I swapped vehicles that day. And my dad ends up using my car to go to Wichita for a doctor's appointment. So kind of to play the way things play out is my dad already running late for this doctor's appointment, reaches the handle, grabs underneath it, stink bait all across his fingers, up in his fingernails, just nasty. Okay, just awful. He's got this awful smell. He runs inside, washes his hands off. He's pissed off because he doesn't know what happened. When he gets going in the car, he gets 3/4 of the way to Wichita, still smelling the smell, rolls the windows down, everything, cannot get rid of it. And he's sure it's not coming from his hand. He finally figures out that it's coming from the seat, from underneath the seat, finds the cup, grabs that, throws that out, and is just hit, right? That's his appointment. He's late, deals with all that nonsense. Now, mind you, I didn't know any of this stuff happened. So I come home that day, and I feel like I'm in a feisty mood. So I decide I'm going to prank my dad. And it just so happens to be the same
I love you, Dave.
day. The same day, y'all. Okay? The same day. That afternoon, I come home from school. And I don't know why. It just seemed funny to me. I tipped everything over in the front room and kind of ransacked the place. And just made it look like the place had gone through. Just to mess with them. I don't know why. I was just feeling feisty. And so Dad comes home from Wichita, walks in the front room, and it looks like he's been burgled. It looks, the whole place is tossed.
I wish Dave was here so he could explain to us his feelings.
I imagine this, my dad, this had to have been the worst day ever for my dad. Because he comes home and the front room is tossed. A couple of electronics are missing, so it looks like stuff's been stolen. And he calls the cops. Cops come out. Detective comes out. Detective takes just a minute or two to kind of look around. And he kind of, it's only in television that stuff actually like gets flipped over and stuff like that. And so the cop's pretty quick to be like, "Do you have any kids?" And Dad's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I think one of them might just be messing with you. Because if you don't see anything missing, you might check to make sure that they didn't just like mess with you." He said,
Hey, Josh, quick
Yeah.
question. Didn't you hide your football memorabilia?
"Oh yeah. I hid a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. So like stuff was missing, but then like stuff was flipped over, and so it was suspicious. It didn't look like an actual scene of a robbery. It looked staged, and the cop knew it right away. And so he told my dad. My dad was pissed. My dad called me. I was at football practice, I think. And so I was coming home from practice, and my dad just, oh man, I got an earful that day. I got grounded for like 2 weeks after
Well,
that.
didn't he feel bad right before he called? Like right before he called you, and he actually like called you initially and was like, "Josh, I'm sorry, but I need to tell you that
Yeah,
all of your."
Well, he said he didn't actually call me and tell me he felt bad. He said he felt bad at first because he was going to have to call me to tell me that the stuff had gotten stolen. And then he was like, "That
still
son of a."
that's still
Yeah.
probably my favorite Dave story because I feel
dude.
like, oh man,
And to this day, it's still one of the funniest things because our neighbor, a friend of ours at the time, Brett, saw him.
Mike doing this.
Saw Mike messing with my car, and it's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And it was really awkward for Mike and everything. But then the interaction that Mike and my dad had was hilarious because Mike apologized profusely to my dad. My dad laughed the whole thing off, even though like I knew at the time he was ready to murder somebody. Like it was great, dude.
I liked how Mike described Brett too, because he said that while he was doing it, he saw this large man in like underneath a tree, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And he actually had to drive around and tell him, he's like, "Hey, I'm just pulling a prank on Josh." I think it's
Gosh, that was funny.